That should be better. Well, it has the part one still, but fuck you, Jack. I know your ass isn't dead. Another
Could be
videotape
though.
section.
I'm also not a big fan of the videotape sections. Myself.
It's taking a minute to load.
Ethan, if you find this, I know I can't expect anything from you. Not after what happened. And what I did. But I just want you to know that wasn't me. I don't know what happened.
Was I supposed to do that?
You need to know. There you are! You gave us quite a scare.
I accidentally knocked a Riddler trophy out of the ship.
Touch me again.
Oh, I'm
I
playing
guess
as
about
Mia
it.
now. Dolls everywhere. I hate it. I hate it a lot. They're all looking at me. I hate it.
Mia Khalifa over here. Hit or miss.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Got a boyfriend. And Moju wants. And,
He really does. I never really thought. Who the fuck are you?
his entire character is him literally screaming, Mother Miranda, why don't you love me?
Where the...
There's a reason I have a hate for Mordo's character. He just is stupid. He's a pathetic loser.
Yeah. Why so many fucking TVs?
Why not?
Darkness! Darkness! Run from the darkness!
I am sick and tired. Sick and tired.
I need to hide.
What have I done to deserve this except open my home and feed you? I don't understand you at all. This is it.
Bugs and dolls are two things that gets me very, very...
This house has seen more than you.
Really.
Yeah.
And I get the dolls one. Bugs are, eh. Now, if you give me a bunch of bees, I will sit there and scream, but...
Uh-huh.
I know you and Joey are plotting. I know you. Think I don't know what you want to do with that boy, Ethan?
But like fly ladies didn't bother me. So
I forgot she was made out of flies.
what?
I forgot she was like made out of flies.
Oh, not Domitrescu, but her daughters. Yeah,
Oh, they never got to me. They were.
they're all made out of flies though. Domitrescu is the only one who isn't, actually, out of the entirety of that castle.
Please stay away from me. Flies don't bother me that much, but like every other bug except bees do.
Bees don't bother you?
No, they do not.
Well, bees terrified the hell out of me.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
I don't know, get good.
VR is really convenient. I can fucking peek around corners
You
without.
don't really get that in the other versions.
No, you do not. Come on, Mama Cicada.
Don't come over here.
Mama Cicada kinda gets to me.
Mama Cicada?
That's what I'm calling her.
Domitrescu?
No. This lady.
I'll feed you to my baby. Fertilize
Right, I didn't reopen the new one. Oops. Oh, her. The mother of the group, Miss Baker, or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
Oh. You ended up getting somebody on the Trust Carl's Jr.?
I... Nah.
How's it going? Don't trust Carl's Jr.
How's it going? I think this is a flamethrower. But I can't pick it up. Is she gone? As gone as can be? Oh no, spider. I'm making a spider.
They ended up asking if they could guide you to the Golden Sword of Azkaban in Resident Evil 7.
The
Honestly, I have
fucking what?
no idea what that means.
Fucking what?
But I'm more curious than anything, and I think both of us are going to say yes because of the confusion. What?
I think I heard of it at one point, but I never really got curious enough to look into it.
So is it actually something that's like makes the game trivialized? What does it do? I mean, you're not Carl's Jr., so I guess I could trust you even though, given the fact that you're having a winky face, the answer is I probably can't trust you, but, you know, whatever you're down to do, I guess.
We love you. Why can't you see that?
I'm not the one playing the game, so
I can't see the...
There are unknowns here, and
I'll be the one if he's actually guiding you to somewhere, I'll take what he's saying and do that for you, but
think little Evie's gonna put up with your shit forever, bitch?
if
Yeah.
by the end of it I find out it's like a joke of sorts, I'll kind of just go, eh.
I am through playing games with you. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me?
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of cicadas.
That's the weirdest version of that I've ever heard.
Well, she's full of cicadas, not posies.
Is that why you're calling her that? I never really paid attention.
Yeah, I believe she's... You don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me, you don't see me. You see me? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a cicada.
I'm very confused. That's not a thing that exists. King Alaga the Third?
She loves you. She wants us to be a family, goddammit.
And
All you have to do is
I do in my playthrough specifically, but the person who is currently streaming does not have the shotgun. They have just now gotten to the point where they're in the first video clip, which means they're not far off from getting the shotgun on the set and for all necessary purposes, but they do not have it for the current time being at the very least.
Is this... The fuck is this? Me and Evelyn? Ah!
I believe this is the first time that he's ran into the... This is definitely the first time he has ran into Mia in the... Not Mia herself, but the...
Oh, shit.
the
Oh, fuck this game. It's the first time I've actually screamed during this.
I didn't really get that scared by it, but again, VR versus computer. I have very, very limited room to talk.
Oh, dude, play this in VR, yo. Oh.
I don't know. I'll just get aggravated beyond all anything else.
Yeah, most likely because the controls are kind of shit. When it comes to like that first Jack boss fight.
That sword isn't a thing. I don't understand what you mean.
No, I've seen it. It's a thing, but it's I've never really looked into it. I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure
I'm
it's a thing.
literally. I mean, I'm looking up Golden Resident Evil 7 Golden Sword of Azkaban and only getting the Spirit Blade that's only put in the End of Zoe DLC.
I've
Like,
heard of the golden sword of it, I think.
I've never have until this point.
Dear God, that's the first time I've actually screamed during this entire thing. October 2nd, reports say a storm's coming. I had a lot of trouble cleaning up after the last one a few years back. I guess it's time to reinforce the windows and shore up the roof. Maybe I'll get Lucas to help. October 9th. The water has finally receded. The house is alright, but the old house was badly damaged. Lucas is making a fuss about a huge ship that's washed up in the bayou. If that's true, I better report it to the parish. I'll go check it out tomorrow. It's my channel.
Well, I mean, if it's an Easter egg in the game, I give you full permission to go and tell him how to get there. As I've made mention of before, I'm not the one playing, so I'm just the one reading off the
I got him as
chat
backup.
logs to him.
I
Yep.
got him as backup.
I exist purely to be
Hi,
backup.
Jack.
Okay, why am I not able to go onto this thing?
How the fuck does one get the shotgun?
You have to go through pretty much everything. So this is no lie, and it'll make you want to scream. But in order to get it, you're gonna have to literally go through the entirety of the basement. Then once you go through the basement, you'll get this key, and the key is called the Scorpion key. Then you'll have to go upstairs with the Scorpion key to this extra place. And once you get the Scorpion key and go in there, you'll get a broken shotgun, and the broken shotgun will be put in place of, you saw the shotgun down in the bottom place
Yeah, I
in the living room.
just fucked with it.
Yeah, once you get the broken shotgun, you'll be able to get it, but you won't get the shotgun for quite some. It's annoying. But yes, if you aren't able to help get to an Easter egg that I'm confused. Realize my controller just died. But if you are able to help with that on something I've never even heard of in my entire, go ahead and be my guest.
You need to plug in your controller, brother.
I do indeed. Kind of forgot where the cord was.
Oh, webs.
And I
Here.
forgot I had it plugged into my computer, so I have to actually plug it into my PlayStation. Because the games I play them on the computer using my charger cord.
A big ass deer.
There we go. Controller is now plugged in.
Nice.
And I could assume he would be a good character over time. I never really got to the point of where Lucas was there. In fact, I haven't even got past the first bit of Jack. Well, first part. Okay. I don't know. It might be the last part of Jack. Like I said before, I have gotten to the chainsaw fight with Jack, and that's where I got.
Oh, the rotation of the shit is connected to the gyro movement of the controller. I didn't know that. There's a lot of maggots. Antique coin.
I was unaware of that myself. That's kind of news to me, but sounds interesting that it could do that. It's connected in that way. No, I haven't won against him. I got very frustrated earlier during the fight because I kept doing it repeatedly, and I just decided to give myself a break from it from a little bit and come back. So I've been tormenting myself by playing the oh, yeah, no, I've gotten to the point where he's destroyed the pillar.
June 14th, vacationing husband and
Hit
wife.
his knees and then head. Why would hitting his knees do anything special?
'Cause that's how he's standing.
Well, yeah, but what? Isn't that how anything stands? He's like this god thing. Why would he care? We're being shot in the knees. I mean, if that's all it takes, then I could probably just run back to that real fast. I just, in the first phase, just repeatedly shotgunned him to the face. I kept, I didn't win, so that doesn't matter. Like I said, I got to the point where the pillar collapsed, and I think I was in, like, the very last bit of his phase, because he destroyed the middle pillar in the room.
What the fuck?
All three of the bodies were broken. I think that's the last bit of his fight, from what people have said. I don't know if that's accurate, but
The moss creature is kinda cool in VR, brother.
that was actually one of my least favorite segments of the entire game, was fighting the moss creatures in the basement. They weren't that fun to fight against more than anything. They were more annoying. Even when you got headshots, sometimes they counted as body shots, and you'd waste a ton of ammo on something pointlessly. And when you did die in that section, they all reset, and you had to continuously do it again. And it really just overall made that section terrible, in my opinion. I get my opinion isn't factual in every capacity. Maybe I was just struggling with something that wasn't something I should have been struggled with, which is, knowing me, fully possible.
I don't like the look of that. I'm assuming that's the basement. What's this way? Safe
I
room.
have played Bloodborne a little bit, yeah. I hadn't played a ton of Bloodborne, but I have played it before. I own Bloodborne, and I think I own Dark Souls 3 as well somewhere. Oh, I think I have it on the PS3, not PS3, PS4, because I used to have it on the PC, but I only had a laptop back.
I'm saving the game. Yeah, because I'm about to go into the basement and I'm gonna die, probably.
The basement is the most annoying portion of everything that I've ever seen. It's really going back to it, finding out something that I didn't understand after realizing what it was made the section easier, but there's very little, like, they tell you this is what you need to do, more so that you... Oh, yeah, he's very close to the Jack fight. Seriously, once you get past this basement section, the Jack fight's, like, right after. I just, myself, took a while to get there compared to 8, which I, again, still find 8 thousands times more enjoyable than any of the other games.
You've never played 5 or 6 or the remakes, have you?
No, I played a bit of 4. I hated 4, actually.
Was it because of the stagnant camera?
Yeah, the camera angles just bother me to no end.
Don't block your fucking head. The moss creatures aren't even all that scary. They're just kind of there.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's what I'm saying.
looking at their faces, they're kind of fucking disgusting.
Well, I mean, they are dead people, so...
They are? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're dead people who have been infected by the mold. That's kind of their whole shtick.
I died.
Welcome to the basement. And guess what resets every single one of the monsters again? So you have to fight all of them again.
Oh, well.
And then if you die again, guess what happens? You'll have to fight all of them again.
Yeah, I assume so. I realize shaking my head probably isn't the best thing to do when I'm...
And yeah, Carl, that was genuinely the one thing that I didn't realize was a thing, was the sequence. So once I ended up getting to, like, past that, I didn't really pay much attention. I'll openly admit that. That room, and I was like, oh, well, I guess that's the end of that. And then I found out the truth of the matter, and that's where I got lost at. It wasn't even that difficult of a thing. Because once I ended up doing it, it wasn't a problem. I was just running around like an idiot in the middle of the house, running away from Jack, trying to figure out what I was supposed to even do after I got the shotgun.
Headshots are my friend.
Well, they kind of tell you, but they don't tell you outright. It's a paper in the room that tells you the order, so you kind of just skip over it accidentally. It's very easy to not realize it's a thing. Because if you're not really 100% paying attention to every small detail in the room, you kind of just end up looking like an idiot running around. And I can admit that happened with me. So, yes, actually, you're in the room. So, don't open any of them. Just go all the way to the right. And open the one all the way on the right. And then open the one with the red handprint. And then open the one on the left.
Oh, it opened by itself, kind of. Okay!
Yeah, that was a detail that I had missed was a thing. And that's how you get a key to get into one of the later rooms. And I completely missed that it was even a thing. So that's why I was running around earlier. You know, I was like, where do I go from here? That's why.
You evolved. But you still
Yes.
die like the rest.
There is, in there where he came out of, there is that key in that
Dissection
building.
room key.
Yeah, and that, you'll need that. I would suggest going up the stairs and saving.
What about the other 3?
Don't do anything with them. They're literally pointless. They are simply there to exist. But yes, I would make sure to go up and save now that you got that out of the way. That way you'll at least have that stuff so you won't have to do that again. It's a weird strategy, but it kinda works. Kinda twisted.
What I don't like is that they, in the note, it said open the one with the 3 A's, and then they took the fucking name label off of the one.
Put it inside.
Yeah.
It's a weird choice, I'll give you that. It's a very weird choice. If you don't read the note, like, you could be like me. Like, I read the note, but I didn't really think anything of it. Because I was just like, oh, it's just, you know how many of these random side detail notes that really don't do anything they add. Like, it's just some background. So I kind of just, in my head, went, eh.
I've got 9 bullets and no will to live. Is it 9? It's 6. I've got 6 bullets and no will to live. Let's go.
Yeah, odds are you're gonna be kinda like how I was in terms of annoyed at the end.
Where am I? I don't have a map. I don't have a map of the basement.
I don't know if I actually got a map of the basement. I think I did at a point, but I think it's in the basement itself.
That's where it just was. Workshop. In here? Where the fuck am I going?
Riddler interrogation. But I didn't need to know more about the Arkham. Where is the Arkham Knight HQ actually on the map? I don't even remember where that is.
Hello?
The orphanage.
This looks like a place where they do dissections.
Whoa.
I gotta go through the boiler room to get to the dissection room. Okay. But in order to do that, I need more bullet.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my gosh, I don't even have everything in the Arkham Knight HQ room.
Scorpion key.
Yeah, he really isn't far off, and it irritates me that it took me that long. But I also didn't have any sort of guiding thing with that key room. So I eventually killed everything, and like, I was just running around insane, like, why can that door not unlock? Just to realize what the reality of the situation is.
Going through
So
the
yes,
morgue?
as stated by Carl's guy, for the first round, go for the knees, I guess, and then go for the head thing.
Found the psychostimulants. Psychostimulants.
The drugs that make you see things.
Snake. I don't have a snake key.
Yeah, that's not where you go. Do you see the other door on the map? That just has a standard lock on it.
The workshop?
Yeah, no.
Or, like, I again realized that me pointing with my hand doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
Like, that one?
You need to get to the dissection room.
I gotta go
Um,
through the boiler room for that.
yeah, you haven't even got to where you need that key to go to yet, so just go through
I
the
mean,
boiler room.
I got the scorpion key.
Yeah, that's not. Hmm. It depends, because technically, you got that and you could go get the shotgun now, but if you wanted to just conserve the shotgun ammo and clear out the room with the other stuff, like clear out the room to make sure it's just empty. Um, and yeah,
Oh
seven
my
is
god!
7 is a lot less clear, I think, than 8 was in terms of what it actually is going for. Like, it tells you more outright.
I unlocked it. Where am I? Oh, it's this little hallway. Cool. Hello. I don't like the inability to see their head.
That's why I said sometimes the headshots are kind of an unclear thing. It's like, I know I'm a little bit biased. I played 8 before playing 7, so I think maybe in that capacity, not the best idea. It's why I
Sudden
like with the
mystery.
well, it's like with the Persona series. Terrible game. It just seems a lot more unbalanced than some of the other ones.
Oh,
I
I pretty much stayed in order when it comes to Resident Evil. I mean,
except for with 8.
I watched a playthrough of 7, if that counts.
You know, I guess it does count. Yeah, you did watch 7 before playing through 8.
I didn't buy 7 because I knew it'd be better in VR, and I was waiting for my headset to arrive. It just arrived. Shit, Talon, what time is it?
7 in the morning.
Okay. It arrived yesterday.
That's just like I thought. So you were waiting for that.
Yeah, it arrived yesterday at like noon. I played like Star Wars Squadrons for a little bit in VR, which, by the way, much like every other game with this headset and specifically, it looks like shit. But like on the TV, it looked beautiful.
Odd. You just have a weird headset, for sure.
Yeah. It helps if I hit my shots.
I would assume so. It's why I'm actually eventually going to. Person I'm on the call with, he and I game share, so I can get his games and all sorts of that. He gets mine, I get his. We kind of just go back and forth. So I
Oh,
eventually
you're
plan
actually
on
terrifying, sir. You're
I
missing an
plan
arm.
on eventually doing this in VR as well. So it would be a trippy experience. For sure. Maybe it would make the game more fun for me. Maybe I would find it more enjoyable if it were in VR than if it were not in VR.
Oh yeah, this guy's actually like terrifying in VR. Like, look at that fucking face. And I don't have any fucking bullets. Jillican for the win, boys.
Is it difficult to play? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not playing. I would assume it would be difficult to play.
It
But
can be a bit like that first Jack boss fight with the, obviously the, correspondence of it not registering what part of the car I'm at, and I have to, like, slide along the car to get in it, and then Jack instantly pulling me out of it. There's just, like, little details like that that just fucks everything up.
I would assume that would be the case. I mean, like I've said before, I had 0 issues with that one, not in VR.
Well, that's because it, like, will automatically pull normal things towards the door of the car, but, like, in VR, it's, like, it's trying not to, like, make people sick, so it just kind of slides along. And in that time, of course, Jack recovers and would immediately pull you out of the car and fuck you in the ass.
That is definitely true. It's for gameplay purpose reasons that they do it.
Yeah. Where am I? There.
Like here, I don't even know, honestly, what I even have on my thing, but I am going to, for you, I guess at the very least, you can end up seeing what is my channel as well. I know that the plug is weird, but, so you can see kind of the stuff I do as well, so you can see some of the iffier things. I don't really know what I have left. I forgot that they did that. Ugh. Ignore a few of these things. There's a few videos that didn't actually work correctly. But one of the things I like to do is playing games start to finish in their more difficult settings. So that's why I'm frustrated with what I'm frustrated with more than anything. Because I plan on eventually going to Madhouse and beating it in one sitting. I did that with the Uncharted games. I haven't gone back on the brutal difficulty, but that's the plan. I ended up beating them on the crushing difficulty all in one sitting. And I think the longest one I actually did would have been Uncharted 4, but it's not even for difficulty reasons. I just ended up accidentally falling asleep. Yes. Yes, that person in the chat is... That person in the chat is me, Carl. The egotastical dude, that's me. Ugh.
I
really
fucking
need to
threw
update
away
my
my
channel.
herb!
I need to really update my channel and change what's on there. Half of that stuff I don't even remember making. Oh, Bloodborne would be perfect for that. I just had to get into it a bit more. I had to restart because I chose the worst option for a starting character. I did that with the first playthrough of Dark Souls 3 as well. I decided to... I forgot what it is in Bloodborne, but in Dark Souls 3, the pendant, the starting item of the pendant that does actually nothing, that's what I started with, thinking maybe it would do something, but that was obviously not the case. So the character I chose was probably worse, because I chose it to be of, I forget what it's called, but it's like the starts with the barely anything character, and had the pointless necklace.
Talon, do I have to go through this dissection room to get the shotgun, or how do I get the shotgun?
You don't need to for the shotgun, but it'll get you to a different place you need to later. That'll be where the chainsaw fight is. Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible idea to start the way I did. Honestly, it made me not like the game, but that was on my fault. No fault of the game. But if you want to get the shotgun, go upstairs again. Because you went upstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then go upstairs, and there will be a room that has the scorpion key you'll need.
Where?
It's up the left set of steps. It should be right near, I think, the recreation room up there. Yeah. And when you do that, then...
I'll just take me to the main hall again.
Well, look at your map. Oh, you're not even upstairs. You need to be upstairs, like main hall upstairs.
But I don't
Like,
want to touch Jack. I don't have any ammo to stun him.
You'll have to go up there. There will be ammo upstairs. You won't run into him at the very start. He doesn't come in until a little later, so you'll be good for at least a while.
Jack,
when it comes down
to
it, you'll have to. Yeah. Alright. Thanks, Carl. That's nice, actually. Didn't expect that. Hey, guess what?
Hi, Jack.
You got yourself a new person.
Who?
They joined. Carl. The Don't Trust Carl's Jr. dude. Or woman, I guess. Could be either. 2021. Could be. All the above, actually, but...
I don't like that the screen darkens whenever I'm grabbed.
But they have subscribed, so...
Thank you!
Yep. I agree. That is a thing that I am thankful for, actually. I know sometimes I could be the least entertaining of the group. I'm not exactly
I mean, you and me together are actually kind of entertaining, sometimes at least.
Occasionally, yeah. Not all the time, but there's a decent portion that I could agree with that on.
I'm going off! Hi, Jack. Am I getting the fuck out the way?
So I need to press the button. Shut up, Riddler. Dude, his trophies are more annoying. Most of them don't really take much brain power, just simple annoyance.
I have too many items.
And I could go to you, Don't Trust Carl's Jr. I wonder if I could actually find your thing.
I have too many things in my inventory. I need that. I need that. I need... Maybe that'll do it? Perhaps? Not breaking through the wall this time, it's already...
I could agree that would be one of the more annoying ones as well, would be that. Like I said with Bloodborne, I watched some stuff about it after I stopped playing. But I could be able to start streaming that kind of stuff eventually. I really only stopped because of the annoyance at the beginning. self-imposed again. Most of the time, the things with games and I are just a self-imposed issue, not so much anything else. And I can openly admit that. Did I get it? Dang it, no I did not.
I don't have any healing items and I'm low on health. It's going great.
How do I continue to miss this? I'd have to reinstall it because it's been a while, but I mean, I may as well eventually reinstall it. I used to be more PlayStation focused. I've gone to PC in recent times because of the sheer amount of games on PC compared to not. Wait a minute, what? Is there a fourth one here? Or am I just an idiot? What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something with this. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here wrong. Riddler trophy stuffs in the Arkham games are always a pain in the rear. I love them, don't get me wrong, but I could exit and look at my other games, honestly, to see what I could stream separately. Oh boy, errors occurred in Arkham Knight anyway. Installed that I have to redo. Because I have a ton of games, if you've noticed, on PC and on PlayStation.
You have a ton of games in general.
Yeah, I live in the video game existence. Always have, always will.
This man has 137 games on PS4.
Yep, and I have 168 on the PC. Dark Souls 3. What game could I reinstall? I think I had Bloodborne on here. Did I buy? Oh, that's why. I didn't buy it. It was one of the PS Plus things. That makes more sense. I was like, I remember having it. It's under the PS Plus, and I haven't renewed the PS Plus thing in forever. Because I haven't had a need, because the 113 of the games on here I just have bought outright.
You're missing an arm, why are you more powerful?
Who? What?
Mans was missing an arm and still more powerful than the other one.
Gotcha. No, I haven't played it, but I've seen some gameplay of it. It seems to play similarly to a Dark Souls style game, ironically. I know I don't like doing the comparison of like, oh yeah, but it's like the Dark Souls of this, but it pretty much is the Dark Souls equivalent in the Star Wars universe.
Hey, Jack. Oh, hey, it's the cop from earlier.
Why do I have 113 games, yet none of them look good enough to reinstall? What is wrong with me? I don't know if the difficulty of Fallen Order is nearly that of a Dark Souls game, but
It's pretty close.
I've heard it is. I haven't checked, but ooh, Dead Cells. Okay. I have not at all played that, but I have heard phenomenal things about Dead Cells. Honestly, one of the, from what I've heard, better new ones. If I'm not mistaken, isn't Dead Cells kind of a roguelike in a way? I could be wrong, but I feel like it is. Yes, it is. That is the roguelike, yep. I remember watching somebody play that one through. I do a lot of roguelike stuff as well. I love roguelike games. I have both the Binding of Isaac Rebirth and Anti-Birth on my PlayStation 4, and I have all the new stuff on the PC as well. I also have a game on my PlayStation called what I believe is Neon Abyss, which is an interesting roguelike. I haven't really played much of it. At least on here. I
I
do enjoy those games, though.
I enjoy the detail in this game that Ethan's hands are progressively getting more dirty.
It's a nice touch. So you have the shotgun at this point?
Yes, I do.
This is where you've seen where you're at is as far as I've gotten.
I need to take another drink of Pepsi.
Genuinely, what's gonna happen to you in the next couple of minutes is exactly where I was at. Oh, he is definitely close to the chainsaw war.
I like the feel of the headset on my head. Like, they definitely made
Really?
it comfortable.
Huh.
Like, I mean, I personally tighten it a bit too much and it gets a bit iffy, but I'm sure that if I didn't tighten it too much, it'd be grand.
So,
Snake.
yes, that is not the way you go.
Gunpowder.
If you go back up,
I mean, I got gunpowder, so I'm happy.
it's not a bad thing that you got that.
I mean,
But
I don't have any chem fluid, but I got gunpowder.
yes. Now, you've gotten the dog head stuff, right?
I've gotten one of them.
Oh my gosh, how did you... Oh, you're going to this one before getting the... Okay.
Is it possible to get another one before this one? I just kind of
Yeah.
I just kind of followed the clues of the game.
Yeah, there was an easier one. Which one did you get?
The white one.
Was that the one that you got out of the clock?
Yes.
Yeah, there was completely another one as well.
I get a feeling that this is Jack. Just at the size of it. Kick. And the fact that I can kick it.
That's really more a test thing than anything.
This thing? What?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I don't even know how he didn't get that one. You know the pool room that you were in
Yeah.
earlier? There's literally one of the dog heads in the pool room. It was in the book that was in there. But yes, I assume you could do it out of order and not really cause issues. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case.
I mean, I didn't know that. Was it obvious?
I don't know if it was obvious per se, but I think there were some things that were leading.
Why can I
to
kick
being
this
like,
body?
Just grab the dog head. The body exists there, as I said. It's to show you part of the fight down below.
Oh.
Yeah, it's simply a test thing
Do I have
to
to
help.
kick bodies into Jack?
Pretty much, it helps stun him a tad. That's all it does. It doesn't kill him outright. It just
Come at
helps
me,
stun
Jack.
him.
I don't like that it, like, blinks.
But keep in mind, if you get past this part, This is where I was at screaming at the computer earlier. So you'll actually be further than I've seen in the game. I get that's not much of an accomplishment to do that, but... But in this fight, as he has said, knees first, and then second phase will be the thrust attacks that you'll get. Because in phase 2, once you knock Jack down once... Okay, you've already got it, yes. Chainsaw. Okay, I didn't realize you were already at that point. But apparently then...
Holy! That's badass!
Yeah. The thing that he has? Yeah. The fight's not... The fight is kinda cool, don't get me wrong, I just... find it clearly unbalanced. I mean, maybe it's not clearly unbalanced, but... feels like it. Thing is, I honestly don't even know how many it, like, takes to get him down. I've knocked him down, like, 4 times, and it did nothing.
My health's in the red! Fuck! Fuck. I died.
Yeah, the fight's annoying. You'll die way more in that fight than I think you died in the first fight with him.
Ugh. You saying I'm a bad gamer?
No, I'm saying even I struggled with it.
I'm no pussy boy!
Oh yeah, I've seen how quickly it goes to those phases. I knew phase 2 was very quick. I haven't used the thrust, but half the time using the thrust ability, he would still cut me off anyway, which is where I was more confused than anything.
Said there's a box in there?
Right by one of the exit doors, there's a box with yellow tape. It's in the fight. So, like, once you get into the fight, it'll be next to one of the walls.
Yeah, I see it down there.
But it always gives you something random.
The blinks annoy me so fucking much.
I don't think the blinks exist in non-VR mode, as far as I remember.
I think it's another
Maybe they
thing
do.
to avoid making people sick.
Probably. I mean, that
Hold on a
really
sec.
is more than likely the case. Saw in VR... I think if they made a Saw in VR, that could work very well.
I'm pretty sure there is a Saw
I
game in
agree.
VR.
I don't know if there is.
I'm
I
pretty
think they
sure
were
there
in
is.
developmental... I know they were in developmental talks of it, but I don't know if they actually ever went through and fully committed to doing it. Though if they did, I would not argue playing it.
Fuck. Okay, still decent health.
Alright. I mean, if you're gonna check for us, I ain't gonna stop you. Because if they do, I might be down to buy it at some point. No, yeah, there is. Well, I should not have accepted buying it then. I've bought enough games.
You have enough to last you a lifetime if you don't stay up all night and play them.
Yeah, if I don't do what I do. So it is just Jigsaw VR. I wonder if they made it any good, though. I wonder if it's like something that's detailed, or if it's one of like those early VR games that kind of sucked.
I'm pretty sure it was semi-early, but still decent. I don't know, I never looked into it too much.
Gotcha, because I know early VR games on the PSVR were just garbage. Like, even the Batman game, I found it to be just pure filth.
Wait, there's a
Sucked.
VR Saw game on PS4?
Is it actually on the PS4, or is it on, like, another console? Like, if it's on more than one, that's fine, but if it's at least on the PlayStation, that's all that matters for him. For me, I could get it on a... I guess no, I can't even do it on either, can I? Because I don't have the VR for... Actually, wait, no. No, you can. You could actually hook up the VR headset to the computer and it still works similar to an Oculus. Even if it is PlayStation's. There's different softwares that you could use, actually. Forgot about that. I looked into that a little bit ago. So for me, it wouldn't be a big deal, but for him, it would need to be on the PlayStation. Until that man decides to get a freaking computer like I've been trying to get him to do.
Yeah, I just need to stop spending money on PlayStation.
You do. Just a tad. But I am not one to speak.
Get fucked,
if you're not
Jack.
sure it sucks. Well, here's the thing.
He's
Like
destroyed the pillar!
As I said, that's as far as I got, and I got a little bit further in the fight as well. But I have Resident Evil 8 and 7 on the PC, so in a technical sense, I'm gonna be going through the modding process to mod the game, and I'm gonna see if at some point I'm able to figure out how to get into the files and edit some of the 3D models, because I know some people can. Personally, I love RE8. I find it better than 7 because it is easier than 7. I could admit that. 7 has a little bit more of a difficulty curve to it. 8 feels very easy. I died pretty much never. The only time I actually did end up dying in the entirety of 8 was to my own stupidity more than anything. But I think when it comes down to is because it's easier, it doesn't do like what 7 does, and the jump scares aren't lost. But because I know with 7, like there's a lot of like the jump scares in the basement, but they end up the fear factor of them ends up getting lost because you know what's about to happen. because you've died like 50 times in that section. So the factor of, oh, what's gonna happen has worn off, and it's more annoying by the end of everything. 8 doesn't have that because it is slightly easier.
I know that if they put VR compatibility in 8, I will re-download that and stream it in its entirety in VR.
I could agree with that easily. And original Red Dead or Red Dead 2? Because depending on that, because I have never actually played the original, but I did play a little bit of 2. I didn't play it for long because I didn't play the story. I tried playing the online bit, and the online bit just did not catch my attention. Like, Red Dead Online just is terrible. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks it's terrible, but I really did not like online. And maybe the story's alright, because it very well could be alright.
The story of Red Dead 2?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of the greatest stories.
I've seen it. It's birthed a lot of memes, from what I could tell. Like I said, I've never done the story. I struggle a lot of the times. I'm not a big cowboy genre guy, so Red Dead never really fully got my attention in general. I mean, they're cool and all, don't get me wrong. Cowboys are intriguing in what they've done for history, but in thematic ways, I'm not really caring. Doesn't mean the games aren't any good, let me definitely say that, but... Oh, so they're finally adding more, like, robbery-based stuff. That's at least decent. I know they needed to add more of that. Yes, actually have played Diablo 3. Played it quite frequently. On a different system. Never really got the want to do it again on here. On my own, at the very least. I used to have like a party system that I would go with. I had a group of people I would play Diablo 3 with, and we would always do the Demon Hunter stuff per season. So I was always Demon Hunter. Oh yeah, no. Diablo 3 it's a fantastic game. It's just when you lose said party who does it, then that's kind of when the issue comes down. Because the game itself is fun on its own, but is a lot more grindy on its own. Trust me, that was one of those when I heard that it was a thing. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I ended up actually playing it back on PS3 more than anything. Not PS3, PS4. Jeez, I'm an idiot, sorry. But PS4 more than anything. And switching to PC, I was going to get it again. But then as I stated, the party that I had that used to do it didn't want to switch to PC, and because of that, kind of lost the overall, like, hey, this is what I want to do. Oh boy, that's a can of worms for me.
What?
Oh boy. Another good game, Doom Eternal. That's a can of worms.
Don't even start. Don't even fucking start. Talon hates that game. Talon hates it.
Burning passion. I hate the game. Everything it stands for sucks.
Yes, the story of Eternal could be better, but the gameplay itself and well, actually, no, I get said that in reverse. The gameplay could be better, but the music and the story were fucking amazing. I will defend that to the day I die.
Okay, so he's asking my thing, why I don't like it. I don't like it because of sheerly a mix of things, actually. So, a lot of what Doom is, and don't get me wrong, the concept of Doom is fantastic. I don't hate it. I'm not sitting there going, "Ugh, demons, you're going to hell." That I don't care about. The music is alright, and the story is garbage. The fact of the matter is the game itself, in order to even really get any major bits of story, you have to go into, from what I understand, to be the codex entries, and you have to pause the game to read them, and it's part of why I'm not a huge fan of the reading portions of 7. I don't like to pause my gameplay experience to read the thing as much as I do like reading. Pausing for an experience like that is an issue for me.
I mean, that's just for the story that happened between the original 3 and, like, Doom 2016.
And that's fair, but then, even on with the Doom Eternal story, it's a 50-50 hit or miss, and I kind of see it as a miss more than anything. The twists are expected. They're not really that twisty, in my opinion.
Eternal was the connector between the original 3 and the remake 2.
And I could see that. Okay, Ghost of Tsushima. Have not personally played it, but is regarded as one of the better games of recent times, actually.
Fun, ain't it? I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima either. I want to, but I'm trying to keep my bank account over 100 right now. Which I've already failed by buying Resident Evil 7.
Yes, you did.
Like, I was at 100 and then I bought 7 for $10.
I have weird good saving habits that you do not have.
I mean, I bought 7 because, hey, I thought this would be fun to stream in VR.
That's not a really bad reason. Oh, the Stick of Truth games. Oh boy. Like, South Park games. I personally love them.
I've not played them.
Never got the chance to play. I never got the chance to play them, but I have watched for years many different playthroughs from different people of them.
Oh yeah,
and I agree games are addicting.
It's always fun to go back and see how another person did a different playthrough of the game, because you can do it in so many different ways.
You really can. And it's interesting to see games that do that. That's why linear games sometimes are a bit of an for me.
Like the Resident Evil series?
Well, yeah, but even then there's sometimes like a decent amount that you could do in them.
So far with the box,
it's
I've
not like,
only got
you
herbs.
know, you do.
Which
I didn't get that same. Or useless mid-battle.
There's something different. It was shotgun shells.
Yeah, they do just give you random items, points. Which is why I don't like that box, because the first time I got the box, it gave me like super stimulants or whatever, and it was great, but after that I was like, nope. Oh boy, Metro Exodus. Ew. That's a tough one to get into.
I've played a bit of the first Metro game. A bit. Then I got stuck and got angry.
I think the games are good.
I'm definitely gonna die.
I just... You're gonna die now in that fight. Probably. But, like, they're good. I haven't sat down to finish all of it. I'll admit. But from what I have seen and played a little bit of, I can agree that it is a fantastic game that also has its moments of not being so fantastic. There's a lot of games that are like that, honestly, that I could say are in that same vein where they're not the best, they're not the worst by far, but
I'm gonna
yeah,
start.
I agree. When are you gonna start?
Holy shit! He's destroyed the pillar, and I've only taken one hit.
Do you see why I say, though, that fight's kind of unbalanced in a way?
Yeah.
After a point, it doesn't really even seem that fun. It just seems a bit more tedious. That's also the difference between, I think, 7 and 8, and why 8 gets my attention more, is 7 feels more like an action game, and 8 feels more like a horror game.
Yeah.
And, okay, Skyrim, yes, I played it back on the PS3, played it for quite some time. I got it on the PS4 and didn't really play it as much on the PS4. I have it on my PC as well. But I accidentally... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it would be a ridiculous fight, especially on VR. The fact that you're doing as well as you are on VR says numbers about your gaming abilities, actually. But I accidentally screwed myself over the first time I ever played Skyrim because I didn't understand the difference between essential NPCs and non-essential, and I just went around killing pretty much everyone until I got a bounty that was so high that even when I accepted to pay it back, I couldn't pay it back, and I had killed every single possible NPC I could find that was not like one that you couldn't kill. So eventually, after a while, even ones that were necessary to the story, but they just forgot to mark as essential NPCs, I had killed.
I would not be surprised if the stream cut out soon.
Why?
Because it's gone a while without cutting out.
That is fair, yeah.
If it does, just... I'll restart it.
His streams are prone to, for no reason, just ending themselves.
Like I wish to do. Is that a pickaxe?
Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is interesting. The story basis is cool. The gameplay is just a Telltale game. So, I know it's not actually Telltale. I don't think it is, anyway.
It's got near infinite replayability. I've played through it myself twice.
I mean, because you could do a lot of different things with the story. So, I could agree. It's not my thing. I just don't like the Telltale style. Here's a dialogue choice, here's a dialogue choice. Really not my thing, but the game itself is terrible.
I mean, it's more action choices than dialogue choices.
That's fair. I guess, like, the starting of the game is more dialogue than the action stuff, but just all in all, from what I had seen, even in, like, the later segments, I got quickly bored of it. But, again, it's that making choices with just a dialogue button or whatever just isn't my thing. Doesn't mean it's bad, honestly. I actually haven't played that. I don't know if you have Dying Light. Have you played Dying Light, Chase?
Uh, a bit of it, but not too much.
Alright, it's like I
I've wanted to play more, but I haven't had a chance to.
yeah, gotcha. That says like me, I can't say anything. I've never played any of Dying Light. But he can't really get into Dying Light, and I think it's definitely it's not for everyone, for sure.
Oh, definitely. I mean, parkour and zombies and grappling hooks and shit, that's a very collect few people that would be into that, and I just happen to be one of those people.
Yeah, that's why I don't really say games suck often. There's some that I just think are garbage, like I said about Eternal, but
Yeah, which, your opinion is wrong on that, but
most people seem to agree with that I am incorrect in my...
I think the only other person that I've heard say Doom is bad is Marissa, and I think that's just because she's dating you.
Possibly. I mean, if she likes the game, then she likes the game. I don't gotta be... It's not like I... You know me, if she slightly doesn't agree with something, I don't go, how dare you? Like... Okay, people are entitled to like what they're entitled to like. And, yeah, The Witcher 3, I couldn't get into it either. I thought I would like The Witcher 3. But the weird fisheye... And yes, you could say, well, you could get rid of the fisheye effect. Even getting rid of the fisheye effect still kind of gave it even of a worse effect. And it made it harder for me to get into. The story was okay enough, I think, but I didn't really get a chance to follow the story too much because of the effect. But no, I haven't heard anybody else of that same opinion with Doom. I don't know why I'm weird on that. Like, I really don't understand why I'm like one of the only people on this entire frickin' planet who apparently just don't like Doom. Oddworld Soulstorm. Oh boy. That's not one I've heard referenced for a while.
The fuck?
What?
The fuck did you just say to me, you little shit?
Oddworld Soulstorm.
Oh, fucking Oddworld?
Yeah, it's like, man, I've not heard that one referenced in quite some time, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's been a fucking minute.
That's why I kind of just froze for a second. I was like, not heard of, wait a minute. My brain just went into, whoa, nostalgia territories.
I don't like that this is in my face so much. My hands are clipping through my face when he cuts off my fucking head.
I figured it would start to cater with some of the newer stuff. I mean, a lot of games are going that way in general, where catering just happens to be like the new thing.
Oh, dude, did you see the new Ratchet and Clank trailer?
I mean, I saw the trailer, yeah.
Of course, it's a PS5 exclusive, but I still find it pretty cool.
I just don't like Ratchet and Clank.
I've never played it myself,
I just don't
so
like it in general.
I can't really say that I have any opinions on it since I haven't played it, but it just looks good. That's what I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
Like, visibly.
Well, it's like, for me, the original Ratchet and Clank sucked. I don't really get why people got into it as much as people did.
You
Having
seem more
the
like
stupid...
a Jack and Daxter dude.
Oh, I was, absolutely. Yeah.
I've actually been thinking about playing Jack and Daxter at some point. I've never played it. Never thought about
I
it.
I own all of them for the old systems. So trust me, I was a Jack and Daxter guy. It was my thing. And Outer Worlds, I did never play it because of that. I'd heard of how short it was and got turned away from playing it because of that, actually. I also just made a new Fallout game. I could agree, I like the Vegas style. I didn't like Fallout 4. I personally think Fallout 4 was a hunk of garbage as well. Gameplay was fine. Not my thing. I didn't like the gameplay of it, but that's not the issue. The story of 4 is just god-awful. I honestly would rather have to go and play like an old Yo Gabba Gabba game. Freaking
Dude, is Yo Gabba Gabba that old?
Dude, that was like early 2000s.
Ugh! I grew up on that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that. Oh, yeah. The map was very basic in 4. There's barely anywhere to explore.
What the fuck? You should have got stunned by that.
At least I feel like there's barely anywhere to explore in 4. It all seemed pretty basic, and some of the things, like the different guild things, fine. I get how they could somewhat be entertaining, but I lost full track of it after a point.
There's a lot of points where he should be stunned that he's just not getting stunned, and that annoys me greatly.
Like when you do that with the saw sometimes, yeah. That's part of the issue I had with the Jack fight myself. Now you see why I was so frustrated earlier.
What the fuck? Now that's a new move.
So weird, because I'm playing the Neon Abyss game I was telling you about earlier. I've been streaming it for like 35 minutes while talking to you on your stream, and it's a roguelike, so no matter what, you don't know what you're going to get that next round. You have no idea. I have now managed to make a build where I could jump 6 times without touching the ground.
Yeah, this fight is badass, I gotta admit. Difficult as all shit.
The boss fight looks cool, that's why I wasn't knocking that earlier. The looks of it are not an issue in the slightest.
Oh, he's dead.
If I'm gonna buy Dead Cells, I would definitely buy it for the PC. I don't want to buy it for the PlayStation at this point.
I killed him.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
chainsaw cutting through metal, that's not how that fucking works. Broke the fucking chainsaw. Stupid bitch.
That's a hard one to get into for me, because I will admit, just for your information, Chase, of which one was just brought up, the Assassin's Creed series.
What? That's my favorite game series, you fuck.
I could agree at points it's boring. Which ones are you looking at? That's... Ironically enough, I'm of a differing opinion there. I think Black Flag was one of the worst. I'll just admit that. But...
If I could, I
I'm...
would send you the meme of your opinion bad, my opinion awesome.
I...
Am I supposed to get something off of Jack?
Yes, you're supposed to get the red head. The dog head. But...
I have the dog head. Am I not supposed to get anything else?
Not as far as I understand. But...
His legs are just sitting here, he exploded.
For me, the reason I like the Assassin's Creed series is I've always been a fan of, like, Greek and Roman culture. And at least the original Assassin's Creed was... The original Assassin's Creed fit that bill, really. It had everything about that. It had the... You were in Rome, you were being Roman, and you were killing. And...
The original Assassin's Creed... Explain?
Like... When I say original... The original, you're in Mesopotamia, if I'm not mistaken. Like, the first one, you're in Mesopotamia. But in, like, Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and
you're
Revelations...
Not Roman, you're Italian.
Well, you're Italian, but you're in...
You're in Rome in one of the games.
Yeah, that would be 2 and Brotherhood, actually. 2 of the original, like, the ones that went side by side, you are in Rome. In 2, the only reason I know you're in Rome is because I went through back when I was playing it constantly. I had pretty much 100% completed the story basis of 2 and was going around for the side things. And I remember the Colosseum and the wolf cult that existed.
Yeah.
One of the things is inside the Colosseum. And that's Rome.
Yeah.
And Brotherhood was set in the same exact location. So...
I'm hearing singing. Grandma, what are you doing at the top of the stairs? Don't look at me with those weird blind eyes like that. I will kill you with my face.
So Mortal Kombat or Injustice? I like Mortal Kombat as it stands.
I mean, for me, with Mortal Kombat, it really depends on the game, because I own Mortal Kombat 10 and 11, and with those games, it's either you know the things and you're good at them, or you learn and get good, or you just fail over and over.
Yeah. I've never gotten to be able to get into them.
I'm actually a fan of the failing over and over, because that's my own thing. I think the failure builds character a bit. Outside of video games, but it's still there. Grandma's watching me and it's weird.
Context is very much needed in that statement. But,
You know the context.
If you want me to actually bring up one of my all-time favorite game series now that I've got into in the past year, to get kind of a basis for my likes with games, is the Yakuza franchise. It has become one of my personal favorites. It is a street fighting game, not side to side like Mortal Kombat or Injustice. It's still a lot of street combat, street fighting.
He got me into that, and I stream it a lot.
Yes.
I purely stream
that
game.
Honestly, you really do. You don't play it outside of streams. I myself have beaten 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I have bought them on PlayStation and have also bought them on PC, and am slowly but surely beating them all again, but this time doing all of the side content. Where are you at in Zero's pacing? What chapter did you get to? Because depending on where you got, it will very heavily influence the answer I give you.
He's not big for spoilers on Yakuza games.
No, I'm very, very adamant about not giving them. So, it really just all depends. The first... Define first boss. Because that's a hard defining point. Because there's technically, like, the mini-bosses in the start that are, like, the first boss.
I found Grandma's teeth.
Gross.
Very.
Okay, so you are at the first Kuze fight. Yes, the first Kuze fight after this point. Yes. You can spend all your time on side things and make it a slow game if you want, but the pace does pick up after that point. The first, like, that's only a couple of chapters in, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it's not even a couple chapters, is it?
It's
like it's literally, like, chapter 2. Like, did you get to the point where you switched characters yet, or are you still just the first character? Dude, I love when there's chill people on streams like this that we could just talk about stuff like this. It makes life amazing.
There's a door I can't open. How do I get up?
Get very happy at that kind of stuff. You don't?
I can't see any type of chat, my good sir.
That is the exact reason. That is the exact reason that it's still slow. Before you switch characters, the first 2 chapters for every character in pretty much all the Yakuza games, the first few chapters are inherently slow. Once you get to the point of where you've switched to the second character and you get through his 2, the story pacing picks up a lot.
Oh yeah, it goes like lightning speed, dude.
Yeah. The first chapters of games in the Yakuza series, I will give you that. They are very slow at times. Once you get used to it, it's not as terrible. Like I've said, I love the games. I've beaten all of them, so I know their playstyles like the back of my hand. Oh my gosh, you're not even... Oh my gosh. Chase?
What?
The question that I would just ask is, are there any other fighting moves? He hasn't even got far enough to get other styles yet. Other than Rush and Thug.
What the fuck?
Yes, sorry, there's a lot. Like, I don't know what if you're doing just like triangle, triangle, square, or whatever, there's a lot more to it than that. There's tons of nuances to the moves.
Yeah, there's so much more to the game than that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that just broke my brain.
I got all the dog heads. I'm outside!
But yeah, like, Zero is actually one of the games that has the most moves by far, actually. If you want to do anything, you know how you ran through, you met... Yeah, no. You have 2, like, quote-unquote moves, if you're talking about styles at the beginning, but you get like 3 styles, and there's like the side business mini game that if you complete it all the way to its story's completion, you get a 4th style. But the money you get, you upgrade into the abilities, and each upgrade you get gives you different moves that you could use, different heat moves, different attacks. It is all street fist fighting. That is an accurate statement.
Why am I inspecting Zoe's bra?
Ugh, gross. Pedophile.
She's of age. Shut up.
The Terminator dude?
Terminator dude.
In Zero. What?
I can't say I know what you're talking about there. What is that?
A Terminator guy that would not die until the end of the first boss.
Is that drugs? I love drugs.
Oh, you mean the guy that you end up shoving through the door frames? That guy. To open up doors and you end up shoving out the window and all that. Yeah. Yeah, Chase, as far as he got was the first time you fight Kuze in the dojo.
Oh, there's so
Which
much
mean-
to that game.
Yeah, that's very, very early on.
Like, you don't even get to free roam before that, if I remember correctly.
Not really. It forces you story-wise. After that fight, there's a slight bit that might be still linear, but then it lets you kind of go do your own thing. Yeah, yes, that man... he's not even dead. Yeah, he doesn't die even at the end. That's one of the things that, depending on who you are, you may or may not like about the series. The protagonists canonically have never killed anyone. That's part of the actual game canon, is that the protagonists have yet to kill anyone. Albeit there are times that I sit there and question it with some of the moves that they've pulled, how they haven't killed somebody.
Like slamming a fucking motorcycle on the back of somebody's head?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite ones, is doing that. Using the motorcycles to do it. Beating people in the face with bikes.
I got steroids! My balls are shrinking!
Yeah, by what you are at in the game, you really don't even get the option to explore the upgrade tree. Like, you're definitely at that point where you just need to continue a little bit further in, and then you'll get to the parts that are actually good. First couple chapters of the games are very tutorial, hand-holdy. I don't actually like that portion of it. Let me tell you, guy I'm on here with can also agree to that. I am very critical of the games, as much as I love them. I am very critical of the Yakuza games. I'm not just gonna say they're all good for the sake of being good.
Is it gonna help me get out of here?
How many times have I talked about that with you, Chase, after a point? About, like, the things that I think are bad about the game in their entirety?
Twice?
I've talked about it twice with you, but other guy, who's not on the stream, probably won't ever be on these streams. I mean, I'd be impressed if he ever shows up.
Alright.
Would be, Nate. I've talked about it with him. There's a lot of nuanced things in the Yakuza games that I like, and a lot of things that I don't like.
It'd probably help him get on the streams if we invited him. But even then, he probably wouldn't.
He doesn't ever really get on his PlayStation anymore.
There's like, his hand is over-detailed.
They put a lot of focus on Ethan's hands in the games.
Probably because you never see his face, not once. Not even in 8.
Yeah, not even in 8. In 8, specifically not.
Like,
Even the mirror.
You get, like, a glance at his whole body, but his face is blacked out.
Honestly, it would be worth it. It would honestly be worth going back to give it a try. If after a while it's still not your thing, it's still not your thing, and I can't say anything there. It's not everyone's game. I just happen to like it.
I mean, you gotta give it a bit to actually, like, get into everything about it. That's one thing about the game that is not very enjoyable, is it's very slow-paced at the beginning. But after that, it is... Holy shit. You kill men. And in later games, he stops throwing things and more, like, he doesn't slam the motorcycle, he fucking rides it into the people.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. He just literally, to add insult to injury, just hops on the bike and rides it into people.
Which I have yet to get to that point, because that's like, what, 6?
That is 5, actually.
What, does he go back to slamming in 6?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, remember how I've said, like, 2 and 6 are made by the same development team? How some of the Yakuza games are made by different dev teams for some reason?
Mm-hmm.
2 and 6 are made by the same people, and thus a lot of the attacks and stuff are similar.
They probably just reused the animations.
Oh, yeah, easily. That's probably what they did. The people who made 2 and 6, I will admit, the battle, like the fights in 2, are a lot more fluid than the fights in, like, all the other games. So the fights in 2 and 6 are a lot more fluid and ragdoll-like.
I'm in the bayou and I broke a box and there's just a bunch of leeches in it.
Oops, gotta get Kaya in here.
No. No, let's not.
But, no, like, I will admit, the worst of all of the Yakuza games to date is Yakuza 3. It is garbage. Honestly, I would... This is no lie. Oh, that sucks. Oh, right, I forgot I get to live. I got a revival thing. Nice. But when it comes down to it, with 3... What?
I'm at the bugs. And I have to literally fight giant fuck bugs. Let it go.
3 is the only game in the series that is somehow even slower than the tutorial of 0.
I'm waiting to get yelled at by my sister because she's still upstairs asleep. Probably. No, probably not anymore, but...
The entirety of the game is slower than 0. You get put into this island, and your main character is helping take care of orphans in an orphanage, and the story's kind of wishy-washy. It's really nothing about it's all that great. It's well agreed upon in the community, actually, that, like, it's a very well agreed upon thing that 3 is the worst in the community. There's less stuff to do in 3 as well. Like, there's one thing that's consistent in all the Yakuza games, is it's a completely optional side thing. It's called the completion list. And the completion list is exactly what it sounds like. The more you end up completing, the more, like, CP you get, and CP can help you get things and give you certain, like, abilities and everything. So you don't need to do it so much as you can if you want to, and a lot of it's for the trophy basis as well. So if you don't really care about achievements, you don't really even need to do the completion list. But the problem that comes into play is for people that do like that, 3 doesn't have any. Like, it has a completion list, but it has one that's probably about a third the size of it. The story of 3 just sucks. I get what they were going for. Like I said, I'm trying not to spoil anything. But there's one thing I'm willing to spoil about 3 that's pretty big. That is big, but really is a big that makes you really not like the game. Are you okay with me telling it to you, Chase?
Oh!
Wait a minute. You haven't even beat Kiwami yet, have you?
No.
Then I can't say a single word about what I want to talk about.
I fucking hate bugs.
But you know the stereotype of the story of where there's like this character, that there's another character that they're like, wait a minute, why are you doing this? And there's like, I'm not doing that, that's my twin brother. That's the storyline of 3.
Kiryu has a twin?
It's not Kiryu, thank God, but that just makes the story even more stupid. But it is one of the characters in there has a twin, a brother that apparently works for the CIA. Yeah, doesn't that just sound stupid when I say that out loud?
I'm focusing on not shitting my fucking pants right now.
Literally, it's a character that's been kind of a pivotal character in some of the other games, and has literally been like there, and suddenly they're like, oh, and yeah, there's this twin brother this guy has that he's never talked about in the course of any of the other games, and yeah, this all takes place in Japan, but for some reason his brother, he worked for the CIA in America. Because, why not? Like, the story is just absolute garbage. Like I said, I could be very, very critical on the Yakuza series, even though I like it. Like, very critical on it. And the running the orphanage part kind of makes sense in a way, with some of the stuff you see in the other games where Kiryu kind of has a soft spot for orphans or whatever, because, you know, he technically was one at some point, and yada yada yada, so it makes sense at least in that. But even then, taking a street brawler fighting
Town, it's the dolls in 8 all over again.
Oh, is that why your stream is paused currently?
I was saving the game.
Gotcha. Well, if you want a break of Resident Evil and want to switch over to, like, Kiwami, I'm down to watch you play Kiwami.
It's just... It's the dollhouse, but if the dolls attacked you...
That's what the dollhouse was missing in 8, to be honest.
Okay, yeah,
Gotta take a break from 7.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad idea in general, just to get your head out of the VR helmet, just to
I know
be able to breathe for a while.
I'm gonna get out of this headset and everything is gonna hurt my eyes because I've had 2 big ass screens in front of it for so fucking long.
That does tend to happen, yeah. Downsides to the VR.
Though I do like the menu.
But yeah, the third game is just horrible.
I'm going to stop my stream and start a new one of Yakuza.